Okay, so we're going to do one more screencast about managing your menu items, and then we'll go on to some other tasks in Joomla. But before we go back to the, well, we are in the menu item manager, but I want to show you something before we actually create a new menu item. If you go under components, you're going to see some things that you also see when you're creating a new menu. And that's because you've got certain components that are installed by default in Joomla. And I wanted to show you that under components, you've got contacts, news feeds, polls, search, and web links. We will get into these more later about configuring them. But you actually open up these components and manage them under the components menu option here, right? But let's say after you have set up a group of links that you want to add to your website, you want to link to that. So we're going to open up a new menu item, and you're going to see under internal links, contacts, news feeds, polls, search, web links. And these are all components that are installed in your Joomla website. So if you want to create a link, for instance, to a group of links that you've created in your links component, you're going to do it right here. So it's going to open up this again, and you just hold your cursor over it. It's going to show you how it's going to create that page. So you can experiment with that in the back end of your own Joomla website. The same with news feeds. You've got different options for how that page is going to be laid out. And so let's just click list layout, and so you can see some of the parameters. A lot of them are the same for any menu item: title, alias, which menu it goes in, if it's a top menu or if it's a child of a parent menu, public or registered, what's the access level, and you've got some other options over here because you have a list of news feeds, so they're going to be displayed differently. So you've got some other options here about that. You can add an intro text for the page. A lot of this you can just experiment with and create the menu item, and then you can come back in here and change it if you don't like it. But again, Joomla has gone to great lengths to give you explanations that are built right in, so you can kind of sort this out when you're setting it up. But I did want to show you how to create a link to a component. All of your components, if you install other components that are not by default, you would also see them here. But these are the ones that are, like, say you installed a commercial component that you purchased, like contact forms or a blog component. You would see that here, and you would create a link right here. So I wanted to show you that. And just one other thing I wanted to show you is the external link. Again, that's a link to a website outside of your website, obviously, and everything is pretty much the same, the title, the alias, all of this. However, there is one thing that I want to mention, is that when you're creating a link to another website, you might want to set this to open in a new window, because if you leave it set to parent window, it's going to take the user away from your website into a new website. That's a preference. It depends on what you prefer. But if you want to keep people on your website, when you refer them to an external link, you want to select New Window with Browser Navigation. And again, the parameters, there's no parameters for this, but if there were, Joomla is going to tell you what they do, and you can sort that out in the Joomla backend of your website. So I think that's a good introduction and explanation of the Joomla menu system. And there's going to be some overlaps when we look in global configuration for articles, and when we get into managing our modules and components. We're going to be coming back to the menu system. So this is a good introduction, and we're going to continue now with other aspects of Joomla. Bye.